Excellennial here with another story-based Excel tutorial. And today I'm going to be talking about Nathan, the Excel novice. Now Nathan is brand new to using Excel functions and wants to be sure that he is saving the data right. So today we're going to be going over the following: how to copy and paste special certain columns that have functions in them, why it's so important to do this when columns have formulas or functions written into the cells, and why the data from the formulas or functions disappear if it isn't copied and pasted with special. So let's start with looking at a very simple spreadsheet that Nathan has made using a sum function. Alright, so just to clarify my terms a little bit, I have mentioned in another video with Nathan that there is a difference between a function and a formula. I'll link it in the description. And the big difference, really, just as a quick summary, is that functions are just predetermined formulas. So formulas is when you do the equal symbol and you type something out in a cell, whether or not it's just this cell plus this cell, that's considered a formula. But if you use equal sum and then select cells to add together, find the sum of certain cells, that's a function. So it's just a quick overview. Again, I'll link in the description the other video breaking it down a little bit more. But what we have here is just a column of numbers, a second column of numbers, and then our sum column. Now, if you look up here, you can actually see, and I'll bring it down here, this is the formula that is added to cell C2 using the sum function. Now, functions are considered formulas, but formulas are not always functions. So in this case, our formula is using the sum function to add up cell A2 and cell B2. And it's the same way all the way down here. They are different based on the rows. So here the cell is saying equal sum A3 B3, and when you go down it's A4 B4, A5 B5. So it updates all the way down, and that's why the numbers are updated. The very first thing that we're going to address is how to copy and paste special. So what I'm going to do is select the entire column C, because that's our column that has the formula or the sum function in those cells. I'm going to right click and copy, and right click again and paste special. Now there's two ways to do this. So the first way is to actually click the paste special and select values and OK. Now when I click into these cells, it doesn't look like a formula or function anymore. If you see up here in the formula bar, it's actually just the number now, and that's what we want. So that's how you copy and paste special the first way. I'm going to undo the paste special here real quick. Now you can see there is a sum function in here again, and I'll show you the second way that you can copy and paste special. Again, copy the column and then just click the normal paste. So instead of doing paste special, you just do the normal paste, and you'll get a little pop-up that looks like a little clipboard with a notebook. When you click the drop down there, you have the option to select values only. Now again, these cells are not going to have a formula or function in it anymore. So it does the exact same thing, but it is just two different ways to copy the data with the functions or formulas and then paste special values only. And the whole idea when it says values only is that it's supposed to save just the visual value that's being displayed. So that's why it's worded like that, and that's what we're looking for there. So now for the next few pieces, I'm going to undo that so we still have the function or formula in there. So the last two pieces kind of go together, talking about why it's so important to copy and paste special and what happens if we don't copy and paste special. The other thing we were going to talk about is like, what if the old data gets removed? Or rather, why the information changes in a function or formula column if something happens to the old data. So a breakdown of this is that if we do not copy and paste special, the column C that has our sum function in there, what's going to happen is that it's going to constantly try and pull data from the cells that are referenced in the formula. So here you can see that this is an equal sum A2 B2. So the information it's pulling is from cell A2 and cell B2. If anything happens to this information, that function, the sum function, is going to change the results because it has not been copy and paste special. And that is why it's so important to copy and paste special. If you don't want your data to change at all, you need to copy and paste special. You need to be sure that that data stays the same. So if I actually deleted the first number, you can immediately see that cell C2 changed to 70. So there's no information that it's pulling now from cell A2. One example of why you would not copy and paste special is if you don't plan on removing the old data and you want your new data to update. So for example, let me give you two situations. The first one is that Nathan only wants to keep the results of all of the cells in column C. Now he wants to delete column A and column B, but he needs the results. This is a perfect example of a situation where he would copy and paste special. That way, he could delete these other two columns. If he does not copy and paste special, you could see that every single thing in column C just changed to 0. So that is a perfect example of a situation where you absolutely have to copy and paste special. Now, the second situation is a case where you would want to keep the formula or function so that it continually updates. In that case, you do not need to copy and paste special. So let's say, for example, in this situation, Nathan does not want to copy and paste special. He wants to keep the formula because the first and second number in column A and column B are constantly going to be updating. Let's say for some reason, instead of learning what the answer is to 69 and 70, what the sum of that is, instead he actually needs the sum of 50 and 70 put together. Now cell C2 updates automatically. If you have a spreadsheet where you do need to continually be updating information like that, that's a situation where you wouldn't necessarily need to copy and paste special. Really, copy and paste special is all about when you are going to be deleting the old data, you have to copy and paste special. Now that we've gone over this, Nathan has a better idea of why it's so important to copy and paste special, how to copy and paste special, and what the situations are where he wouldn't need to do that so he can keep the function or formula actively pulling new data. I hope this really helped you out too, because I know this is a little confusing and I mention it a lot in all of my videos. So if you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section below. And until next time, have fun excelling.